Introducing the Perpetual Tech Noobs 1 Hour Algo Challenge. Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm Amari, your Perpetual Tech Noob, learning more with you. This video is the first in my 1 Hour Algo Challenge series, but it was filmed before I solidified the program. Since it's flawed and cut short, I'll consider this the prototype version 0.5 challenge. This also makes it a good episode to set the general tone of the series for you all. In short, I'll need at least an overall score of 70 out of 100 points to consider it a successful mission, but let me break that down a little bit more. The initial mission and first judgment parameter will be for me to read a new problem and be able to create a successful submission within an hour's time. I'll mostly concentrate on medium LeetCode problems, but I'll try easy and hard problems from time to time, depending on how adventurous I'm feeling. This is a pass or fail parameter that will count for 30% of my final score. It goes without saying, if I fail here, I fail the challenge. The second parameter will be based on a successful refactor, also within the time limit, that provides at least some improvement over the first successful submission. This is also a pass or fail scenario that counts for 30% of the final score. I'm sure you noticed that a successful submission and refactor alone aren't enough for me to pass this challenge. The third and final point on the rubric is the most important and is weighted accordingly with 40% of the final score. This is my live explanation performance and must be broken down into 3 sectors. 40 of this will be allocated to timing. I should explain my intuition before starting and before each line of code where applicable. There's an automatic 5-point deduction for not explaining the entire plan before starting, which is generally hard for me to do right now. Another 40% will be allocated to concise explanations, proper terminology, non-confusing speech, etc., etc. There's an automatic 2-point deduction for lack of or incorrect Big O rundown at the end of every significant successful submission. If I realize it's incorrect while reviewing it, of course. The last 20% of the live explanation points are reserved for engagement. I'll try to keep my long pauses to a minimum and maintain calm, professional dialogue throughout. In this section, points will be deducted on a blemish instance basis. 1 point will be deducted for each minor infraction: confusing sentences, improper use of terminology, etc. You've probably realized that the longer I carry on and the more confused or nervous I am, the more points I'll lose. Sadly, there's no extra credit for me here. All in all, 100 points is the max, but keep in mind that this is a self-review. Of course, you can feel free to put your personal ranking and rubric for my performance in the comments. And now with the grading rubric finally explained, let's just get into the prototype version 0.5 Algo Challenge. Okay, this is probably not the best idea to be recording in this room with the horrible audio quality, but I'm gonna try a challenge. It may be the first one I post, it may not. We're gonna see. Anyway, let me look at the timer. Why did the timer change? Okay, 1 hour. I am starting now when I press the pick one button. Okay, hold on. I'm starting now. Okay, it took a couple seconds to get to this page, but whatever. Let me start reading. Length of the longest alphabetical continuous substring. An alphabetical continuous substring is a substring consistent of consecutive letters in the alphabet. In other words, it is any substring of the string, well, the alphabetical string. For example, ABC is an alphabetical continuous string, while ACB and ZA are not. Given a string S, consisting of lowercase letters only. Return the length of the longest alphabetical continuous substring. Okay. This would probably be best with a 2-pointer situation. First of all, I'm gonna need max tally. All right, that could start off at 0. We're gonna need, if we're gonna do 2 pointers, I'll try I, and should I do J here? Shouldn't I do J on 1? No, I don't have to do 2 pointers. And this is why I don't want to talk it out, because I'm so indecisive. But let me not focus on that. Focus on actual work, right? Not only that, I would have to have a current tally, right? That would probably be good. Current tally. So everything's set to 0. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna need another variable too to hold the alphabetical string. I'm not gonna practice typing so that this will go a little faster for you all. Anyway, let's say alphabets. Okay, I'll start it off with a while loop. While I is less than the length of string, right? Should have mentioned before, but I generally do my algorithm problems in Python. I'm sure you realized. You know, I should have looked over the example too, just to make sure I know what I'm talking about, right? And the constraints. But I could figure what it is. Like that would be 1. That would be 1, but that's, both of them are 2, so the largest is 2. A, B, C, D, E, that's all 5, so, okay. While I is less than len of S, let's say alpha index equals alphabets dot index SI, right? Because what I want to do is whatever the current letter is, I want to have, I'm going to need that too, right? So, current alpha index, and we'll start it at -1 so that it can never be mistaken for something that was there already, even in the initializing of the program. All right, so if all right, it shouldn't be current alpha index. That should be the last one. If anything, this would be the current one. Matter of fact, I should say that. Current alpha index. Of course, many of you would know variable names are very important to make sure you keep your mind straight, especially when you have to double back and make corrections. If the current alpha index is equal to last alpha index plus 1, we're going to increase the current tally. Current tally plus equals 1. Of course, if the current tally is greater than the max tally, we're going to make the max tally equal to the current tally. Of course, there's a while loop, so before I forget, let's make sure we increment I. When it's all said and done, what we're gonna be doing is returning, pardon me, max tally. Right now, if the current and alpha index is equal to, is equal to last alpha index, then what we got to do is increase the current tally, right? But that's also, well, you know what? How about this? Because what if the first letter is A? You don't want to increase the tally. Or do you? Yeah, you would increase the tally, right? If the first one was A, well, all right, how about this? It's going to have to increase by 1 no matter what it is. So the current tally will increase by 1 regardless. But if current alpha index is not 1 greater than the last alpha index, what you're gonna do is have last alpha index. No, you gotta do that regardless too. So last alpha index is going to be it's going to equal current alpha index. But if the current alpha index is not one higher than last alpha index, what we're going to do is drop current tally back down to 0. Current tally equals 0. So that way, when current tally gets 1 added to it afterwards, it's fine, because whatever the new alpha index is, it will be the first one in that particular tally. The same thing as when it initially comes in, where there's A, which would be index 0, which would add a 1 to the tally. No, that would add a 1 to the tally here. No, it wouldn't. It would still add the 1 to the tally here. And it would skip past this because it would be 1 plus. But it would, the current tally would already be 0, so that doesn't matter. So let's try it out. All right, test case is passed. How fast was that? Oh, okay, well, oh, this was a medium. Whatever, it was an easy medium. It's string manipulation. I'm not even gonna try to toot my own horn on this one. Let's see if I pass it. Oh, 28. 28% speed ranking. Okay, you know what? Facts on facts. I'm gonna leave it at that. All right, let's take it to the scorecard. Final score, a dismal 55 points. Sadly, a Noob's Algo assessment version 0.5 is a mission failure. Wish me the best of luck and skill for the next challenge. All right, y'all. Until next time, you know how it goes. Keep building.